Well, it's time for Your Money, because it is Wednesday. And joining us, as always, is Colin Evans with Evans Financial Group. We got you at the anchor desk today.
I know, right?
Very official. Now, Colin, sometimes, we talk about all these plans and everything, right? But we also talk about how life kind of throws a wrench into a lot of those plans. And retirement, not always a choice, sometimes a surprise. So how do we quickly adapt if life forces us into an early retirement?
And that curveball has come, especially here in Shreveport-Bossier, when we saw Libby was a big one out here, and then we've seen some buyouts through SWEPCO. Delta Utilities was recently had a merger deal with CenterPoint, and that really can throw a wrench in plans. I mean, it's like, hey, I've got a couple of years retirement to now it is time. So this is when retirement chooses you, and it's oddly enough, almost half of people that are retiring end up leaving earlier than expected. This could be layoffs, downsizing with the company, or even health issues. However, but instead of panicking, this is a time like, let's pull some things together, pump the brakes just a tad bit, and do some evaluations. This is a big thing to take a look at and start getting ducks in a row so you know what you've got and you know what you're in control of. One of the first things and the biggest thing that we need to take a look at is what is the hidden cost is out there, and this one is really one that gets everybody, and this is the challenge of health care, because if you're not hitting that 65 time frame, it might be time for Medicare, it might be time to look at COBRA benefits or even an HSA, but a lot of times these things are extremely expensive, and when you're picking up what the employer is possibly paying for your health benefits, this could set back a retirement plan. So this is something that you want to look at and pay attention to and prepare for. Adjust your plan. This is a time to go back and look, say, where are we spending money? Is it time for us to maybe look at downsizing a house if we were planning on doing that anyways? Are there extra expenses that we can look at so we're not having to cut into retirement dollars? And lastly, in the silver lining, while it can be a little bit of a shakeup, this is actually, really take another approach at it. This is another chapter in life.
Yeah, right.
You have the opportunity. This could be the opportunity where we get to see people, they say, you know what, I actually am okay and I do want to retire early and I don't have to go become the Walmart greeter. I want to go volunteer at my church, or it's time for those travel things. Stay calm and just put that plan together, or having that in place. These are one of the things you want to just have kind of in your back burner on the horizon in the event it ever occurs.
Yeah, and when something like this happens, you're not alone. There are people like Colin here whose job is to help you with this kind of stuff. So if someone is struggling, maybe this has happened to them, how do they get a hold of you guys?
Absolutely. By all means, reach out to a financial professional, and I will be a little bit biased, and I hope that would be us. You can find us at evansfinancial.com or kick us an email, info@evansfinancial.com.
You know who I don't think is ever going to retire? Patrick Dennis.